A deadly crash has troopers racing to the scene, while troopers scramble to search for a dangerous shooting suspect still on the run. This is Alaska State Troopers.
Now we're here. Now I'm just kind of trying to work my way up and see how far I can go in this community. Right now I'm basically just a full corporal though. So I'm slowly working my way up. Slowly but surely. Yeah, I like what I do. There's gonna be a accident involving one of the troopers, so we're gonna head down there and assist right now. There's currently one trooper on scene,
Bravo 90.
and he's
You have
assisting with multiple
rolling,
injuries, and he's the only one right now.
Affirm,
So
it's a
we're
plus
heading down there
mini
right
ETA
now.
from Matcom.
Oh my god.
Back on 5 Bravo 7.
Go ahead.
Show me 1023.
10-4, showing it 23.
Bravo 7, check on 6 Bravo 14 right there.
4. Hey, you doing alright?
Yeah, I got some minor burns on my hands and arms just from the car exploding. I was able to get away from it quick enough, but I got some residual gasoline burns from the tank exploding.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go grab my medical bag, see if I can do anything with that. Are you good? Most part?
Yeah, I'm alright. I just need to get wrapped up a little bit.
You can show 4 Echo 01.
I'm gonna go talk to
and
Griffin real quick.
Delta 1.
Yeah. 5 Delta 01.
Sounds
Rolling
good.
anything.
10-4.
Actually, never mind. We got troopers. I'm gonna grab stuff for you.
Hey, can you do an emergency transport for this guy right here? He was the guy inside the black vehicle. I managed to drag him out when the car was on fire. He's got minor burns, but he's still breathing and conscious. He's over here in the ditch. I dragged him all over here. Get away from the burning.
Alright, yeah, I'll transport.
Which officer got hurt?
It's
I did.
Mason here.
Mason, do you want to head over to Sandy Shores Medical?
I think I can drive myself.
Can someone deal with? Can someone deal with that? Sir. Sir. Whatever. No, what are your injuries, Mason?
I just have some minor burns on my arms.
Delcom,
I can drive myself.
Go ahead.
You show me 23 advised. I'm going to be transporting one non-critical to Sandy Shores Medical Center.
10-4.
Hey, Neurotic, I think this female patient is going to be deal. She was inside the red car trap. When the vehicle exploded and the fire pretty much consumed her vehicle. After I dragged Mason and the guy in the black car away, I went back, extinguished the fire, and pulled her. She's got no pulse, no breathing. She's got severe burns covering 99% of her body. It did CPR for several minutes. There's no shock advice.
Alright, well, I'll let the medics call it when they get here, but I agree with your assessment.
Yeah. Mason probably shouldn't drive. I know he says that he can by himself, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mason, just in case we don't know what else is wrong, I don't want you passing out at the window.
Okay,
Matcom,
who's gonna take me?
5 Bravo 07,
So-
Sparkle 1.
essentially what happened here was myself and Trooper Mason responded to a report of a two-car MVC with multiple injuries.
I'm just boarding
Upon
your car
arriving on scene,
momentarily to transport an
we
injured
worked
officer.
to
My car's
check
still
on the
on
medical
scene, it was
status for
holding
both
traffic,
drivers.
so-
That's when the red vehicle caught fire and it spread to the
Delta 1.
black muscle car as well.
Go ahead.
You can show
The
patient successfully
black
transferred over
vehicle's
to
gas
medical
tank
center.
got
Be back when
compromised.
18 to the scene.
Trooper Mason worked on freeing the female victim from the red car who was trapped while I pulled out the driver of the black vehicle. The gas tank exploded from the black vehicle after I pulled the driver out. It injured Trooper Mason, who got burns on his hands and arms, and it unfortunately caused the death of the female driver of the red vehicle, who I then proceeded to put out the fire and drag out of the car and perform CPR for a while before the AED advised no shock, and I had to call our DOA to attend to the other patients on scene here. Hey, Dave, Sergeant Neurotic took your vehicle, transport Mason to the hospital.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he told me over the radio.
Got it. Yeah, so we're going from there. We're going to have tow trucks come to take the vehicles. We have both Trooper Mason and the driver of the black vehicle were transported via officer. Due to the remote nature, AFM took a while to respond on scene here. So we had to take the matter into our own hands and transport them to the hospital so that they could receive care.
10-4.
Accidents like this are fairly common, especially with the snowy conditions. At an intersection like this, it's not uncommon for a vehicle to fail to yield coming down the hill and crash into another vehicle. Now, a vehicle explosion like this due to a compromised gas tank is very uncommon. It's very difficult. It's got to be like the perfect storm of circumstances for the vehicle to catch fire and for it to reach the gas tank and compromise it.
Go ahead.
I moved over here a few months ago, and I'm running the training unit here, so I get officers. You know, I take people off the street and I make them into police officers and put them out on the road in patrol cars.
Mayday, 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 squad 5, mayday.
Oh,
Macom 6518. Squad 5.
Looks like we got a mayday from a firefighter.
Be advised, I have shots fired. I'm at the station, Alejandro Drive, cross was
Looks like we've got someone firing at our engine.
Shores firing medical station. Gonna be station 2 off Alhambra. But
I just dropped off our suspect at the station 1908.
for Macom units on scene. More units requested.
Yeah, 10-4, I have what appears to be a civilian down. We've got a medic tending to him now. Looks like we get a couple additional with search. Alright, looks like we have a civilian down here. Looks like the guy we just stopped. We're gonna go check out his status.
It's my bad.
Did you get shot?
No, he hit me with his car.
What's his status? Is he okay? I just had him stop 2 seconds ago.
He's not shot, he got hit by a car, he
he's
says.
talking to us.
Alright, he got hit by a car, did he get hit by the guy that was shooting at you?
I don't know. The shots that I heard were coming from over by the motel.
Okay, McCarthy, can I have you headed over in that direction with,
Yep.
4 Bravo 01, sending
Got swerved
6
into
Bravo 18. Tell that's back up. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my
Scorpio 1, 5 minutes. It's people on board. 6218. Stash check.
we are 4 at this time at the fire station. Found no shooter yet. 4 Bravo 01 is away from me. Wants to provide his own status.
Yeah, full Bravo 1. We're myself, Bravo 18, and
Can I have one of you guys
clearing the motel now?
head east? See if that guy went that way. So they're clearing the motel to our west, which is where the shots came from. But I don't know which way he ran.
Back on.
Alright, I'm gonna go and get him on a stretcher, so he doesn't
I stopped at
start
the
shooting
detachment
again.
to grab my canine. You want me to head east as well with VMAC?
Bag 5, squad 5, stash check.
Yeah.
Michael.
If you have a canine,
Good to go.
they might find something at the hotel. You just want to stay on scene with me and wait for an update, and then we'll send you where you need to go, because I don't want to send a canine in one direction and then have it needed in the other.
Okay.
Bravo 01.
Go ahead.
You guys requesting additionals, or do you want me to stay with me?
Alright. Griffin,
Just hang tight for now.
I don't know, where do you think you're going to be best, sir? Because the shots are coming from the motel, we don't need to be standing around here.
Alright, well, if the shot's coming from there, then I'm gonna head over to the motel.
Alright, go ahead. And, Bravo 01, Bravo 01.
Bravo
Yeah,
1 to Bravo 9.
Yeah, 10-4, over to the motel.
Yeah, 10-4. I got a party in the west side rear. I'm cooperative, so you can render some assistance back here.
Bravo 1, Bravo 1.
Go ahead.
Yo, what's the status of the motel if you found it?
We have one male in the back. Just lump it over to the side.
Found any weapons?
Negative, we haven't approached yet.
Medic 5, we got shots fired over by the 7.
Alright, go on, that's fine. Can I get a unit or two to break from that motel? Bravo 8's number. Bravo 7, can I have you headed there too?
Yeah, 10-4 was the point. I'm gonna wait till they fly by.
The Marines are by the detachment on Alhambra Drive, make sure you advise me.
Report Mac, 5 Bravo 7.
Bravo 69, Bravo 1. Did you hear any shots near down here?
No.
Macom 6118. 5 Bravo 7, same traffic.
Medic 5, 4 Echo 01.
Go ahead.
More specific about where those shots came from?
It was definitely over by the 24/7. It sounded like an AR.
5 Bravo 7, be advised I got one female down.
Yeah, so basically we're getting multiple reports of shots fired in this area. We have a couple gunshot wound victims. Unfortunately, we have absolutely no idea where the shooter is, so I've got all my units canvassing the area. Last reports of shot fired were from here, so I'm gonna look around and see if I can find any shell casing.
5 Bravo 90, any unit, do we have any description on the male or female shooting?
Negative. The firefighters who took the shots didn't see who was shooting at them, and we haven't seen anything since.
Tim, have we possibly checked the rooftops of any of the buildings in the center of town? Possible they could have been shooting from somewhere up there.
10-4, are you available to do that, or?
Yeah, 10-4, I'll start over by the detachment and work my way out.
10-4, I'll come back with that.
Macom squad 5.
Sandy Shores and Alaska, and this portion of Alaska in general, there's a lot of firearms,
Sandy Shores, took the
drugs, and alcohol, which are a poor combination.
back
Sometimes,
staging.
sometimes shots fired are unfounded. You know, it's a guy shooting at a rabbit in his backyard because he's drunk.
Bravo 1 to 4 Echo 100.
In terms of actual people intending to do harm to others, it's not that common. We have some biker gangs out here. We have minor shootings with them, but all in all, it's not all too common. It's obviously more common than we'd like. Oracle 01, we're gonna expand our search radius. I got 2 units out to Grapeseed, and another 2 units head west on the Slab City direction. And someone to go check Sandy Shores Airfield.
4 Bravo, we got one at gunpoint. At 24/7.
Bravo 7, 19.
enforcement trip.
So it seems like an officer has someone at gunpoint.
Set up at that location.
Standby units. It sounds like it might be the owner.
FiveM, I'm gonna keep rolling until.
Alright, can we get you to put that gun on the floor?
Let me see badge. Let me see badge.
All units,
Hold up badge.
advise we are fine on the scene. We have sufficient units on the scene. Units on the way. Back
Unlocks the door.
Alright, sir. Yeah. Step over the counter, sir, and just get you to put your hands up on the counter.
Move it! Secure the gun.
I thought you come to kill me.
Alright, is everything code 4 here? Can I,
We need to clear the
go
back
and
room real
coordinate
quick.
search? Alright, I'll go with you.
Ready?
4 Echo 1.
Go ahead.
Airstrip checks clear. Just waiting on your for getting the burn up here.
That's in 4 Bravo 1.
Yeah, I've cleared it and secured it, so it's all good.
Okay.
And,
Alright, buddy,
Let's
you
make
got
sure he
a
doesn't-
license for that handgun?
It's behind the counter here. You could get it. You see it right there.
Alright, I'm gonna
posted
walk
on
around
cabinet.
behind the counter and you can tell me where it is. Where is it?
Right there on cabinet. Post outside with tape.
I'm just gonna run this quickly, buddy, but then what's gonna happen is we're gonna take the firearm with us to the detachment, and you can pick it up from there.
Sir?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Nero with the Alaska State Troopers. Did you hear any shots here in the last little while?
Yes. Yes, I
Did
locked
you
the
have a-
door and I get the gun.
Well, I think that's very smart of you, sir. Just sorry, sir. Go ahead.
I checked all of the grave
Yes,
seat
I
down.
look in front and I seen a man with
Nobody said they'd
he
heard
look
any
he's wearing
gunshots
a
or seen
black,
anything out
but
of the
it was
ordinary.
that guy who come with the police. So I hear pew pew pew, and when I hear, I go into the back room, and I get to me my gun, my register gun, and I go and I lock the door to look out. I walk out, come back in, lock door, and then I go into back room. I
The
see
search for
a
the
guy in
subject
black
drags into the
come
night,
to door
and
to
troopers
die,
must
and I
call in
see the one in
assistance
black,
from
and
the
I-
air to assist in
and
the
I see
search
him from the
before
edge, so
it's
I
too
point, I
late.
say, "Hey, get out!" I point the gun, and then it was the cop because he pushed the badge.
All right, so tonight we had a call. Our cohorts at the Alaska Fire Medical at the station just down the road. They heard some automatic gunfire. They believed it was pointed towards them. We had a one female, I believe, at the motel across the street from the fire station who sustained a gunshot wound. Then again, we had more shots over by the convenience store, which is just east of all of that. And then from there, everything kind of went quiet. We're still very fuzzy on the details right now, so some of this information, as of right now, isn't may not be accurate. But we currently have one suspect still at large. Obviously, we're going to continue to search for him, but at this point, it's going to be handed over to investigations because there were 2 people killed. Unfortunately, we have no description on that suspect, but hopefully investigations will be able to do its magic and catch whoever did this.